This Earth of yours will be reduced to a burned-out cinder.
Real wrath of God type stuff.
Biblical. No, not yet.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
I came here to give you these facts.
Dogs and cats living together. Fastest carrier.
We're going to live on. Today, we celebrate.
Flabbergasted by the Audacity. If we were in a desert, would you let me spit in your mouth to give you, like, water? And she said no. She said she'd rather die.
Wow.
So we're gonna have to break up soon.
I mean, we live in Canada. Like, there's no desert ever here.
Yeah, the only desert we get is after dinner.
That's a bad joke. That's like a bad French
I'm surprised you went with it for a
Desert.
second.
Welcome back to Flabbergasted by the Audacity. I'm Jamal.
And I'm Patrick.
Welcome back to this week's episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna start right off the bat, Jamal. It's gonna be sad, okay?
Okay,
so I'm gonna
ready.
read you some song lyrics real quick.
Okay.
Just to get you in the mood.
Okay.
In a little while from now, if I'm not feeling any less sour, I promise myself to treat myself and visit a nearby tower. Climbing to the top will throw myself off in an effort to make it clear to who ever wonder what it's like when you're shattered. So
Okay.
that was from Alone Again by Gilbert O'Sullivan, circa 1971. This
Okay.
is my song of the week. Needless to say, I'm feeling fucking fantastic.
He doesn't say, I don't like him at all. Okay.
This week's words of wisdom are, if you're feeling sad, let it out. Don't let it consume you.
Yeah.
I cried today.
You know what? I almost cried today, too. It was weird. It was like a weird cry.
It's a dude day today.
No, but like, it wasn't even, like, I was listening to, like, so I was watching TikToks, and, like, I found, like, this new song that I kind of liked. But it wasn't, like, a sad song. Like, the song was relatively upbeat. It was the words that I was like, fuck. But I actually have some words of wisdom today.
Oh my god.
These last couple of days, I've been waking up early, right? And like,
That sucks.
and like Sunday.
What's early for you?
Well, like I had soccer, so I was 8:30. Then
I didn't ask for your life story.
8:30, 9:30.
Okay.
It's pretty early. And on Monday, I just had like this splitty headache. Like this headache was fucking killing me.
This one you're telling me about?
Yeah, like this headache.
Yeah, Jamal told me about this headache, and then I was talking to Justin at the time. We had him on the show. Yeah. Justin suggested looking at a bright green LED light.
I never
try
did
it?
that. No, but what I did was my word with him is take a nap sometimes to restart. Maybe you could save your afternoon. That was probably the most productive afternoon I've ever had.
Take a nap and save your afternoon?
Yeah, because like I took a nap like around when I got home, right? And like that night or like that afternoon, like into like evening into night was so productive. I did like so many things that I wanted to do. Like I worked on the mix that I wanted to work on. I did some music recordings and stuff like that, sent it to my dad. So I was like,
so congratulations.
Yeah,
you're becoming an old man.
Well, I mean, but the headache was like, you know when you get up and it's just fucking pounding?
No.
That's the hell. The
you know, I don't think I've ever had a headache to the point where I felt the need to complain about it outwards.
Really?
Yeah.
One day. I don't want it to happen, but
when it does happen, it's like brain cancer.
Yeah, when it happens, you'll be dead. But yeah,
it's interesting because you bring that up. Like I swear, every other day, I'm like, you know what? Tonight's the night. I'm going to bed early to get a good night's sleep.
Never gonna happen.
And then I'm playing Minecraft at midnight. Like I can't get off.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, me too, man.
One more block.
Me too. One more time, and I can find one more. No, that's the same thing for me. Word of wisdom. I like your word of wisdom. I think it's you know, I don't know. I was weird. Yeah. Maybe we should ask Justin if he cried today.
It's like a full moon or something.
Well, he cries every day.
He's in exam, so I'm sure he did.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I'm gonna let you start.
You let me start?
Go ahead.
What do I want to start with? So I found some funny news, and I found some more serious news. I think because you went with the sad start. I think we're gonna continue with the sad part. We're gonna continue there.
That's great. I like this theme.
You know, right?
If you're not cutting yourself by the end of this episode, we have failed this podcast.
Honestly, man. So there are children dying in Laval.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a little much.
The guy really had an orgasm right here. Yes, children died in Laval. What was so interesting was, of course, you know how I do my research. It's 5 minutes or until I get bored.
Yeah.
This time it was 5 minutes because it was actually kind of interesting. Then I was like,
I can just imagine you setting a timer. And
I do.
This is really good. Beep. Gotta stop there.
So it's for the integrity of the show, you know. And apparently it was the dad who did it. So that's great.
Oh, so it's what do you call that? A family annihilator. That's what they're called.
Sure, we can go.
It happens regularly, especially in America,
and
even in China, because it's usually like the man's responsibility.
My favorite was why they asked him. They interviewed him why he did it because he was stressed.
That's what a family annihilator does. It's typically because of money reasons. They run out of money and they can't support the family, and it's all on them. So it's like, you know what? I'll just end it and then I'll start fresh. But then they forget about like the law.
Yeah, basically, you know. So I was like, okay. So then so there you go on that one. Not only that, but I found this very funny. So electric cars, right? We've seen them. They're fleeing around. Tesla and every other company has at least one electric car, and Tesla's all electric company. I recently found out through this guy I've been watching on TikTok, and I think it was one of the saddest but funniest stories. And I'm going to try and transition to like the funnier stuff. He bought a Tesla. The battery in the Tesla died, like after 2 years, right?
I know this is going.
$29,000 for a battery. Here's the problem. Calls Tesla. They go, listen, we need the make and model of the car. We need something inside the car to tell us what kind of battery we need to send to you. The battery operates the car. So you can't get into the car to check for where what you would need for the battery.
Everything is off. Yeah.
And then to top it off, they're going, well, that's going to charge you money to open it because those doors are not like regular traditional doors. You can't just kind of stick something in there and pop it open.
These
it doesn't
are
work that way.
future doors.
These are future doors. So you gotta call Tesla to come in and kind of like remove it surgically, which is going to cost you money.
Surgically, they couldn't just like plug it in and.
No, they can't. The battery was kept put like.
No,
dead,
but it's
dead.
like, okay, I'll put it this way: my laptop that we're recording on right now, the battery's been dead for 2 years.
But it's
because it's plugged in, it can still work.
Maybe all I know is that you had to call them to open the door to get the stuff.
I just had a hilarious thought. It's like having one of those crappy old RC cars that came with the wire to the remote.
Oh yeah,
That's what your Tesla turns
basically,
into.
I'm like, yo. So I was like, that's so fun, and it's crazy. I've been learning a lot about because I've been interested in getting like these electric and hybrid cars for a while now, and I heard that electric cars are fucking garbage, especially in the winter. They're not made for winter climates. They're not made for
I've
this
heard
type
about
of
that.
weather.
It drains the battery
Yeah,
faster.
very
right?
fast. It's not, and not all places support electric cars right about now. Like if there's like charging stations, like up north, there's not many charging areas for like electric cars and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with my gas guzzler. I'm just gonna enjoy the gas prices and call it a day. Because
they went down for a bit. They're going back up again.
They're kind of unstable though. I haven't really seen anything higher than 170.
I'm just missing those COVID days.
Me too, man. 98.
It was like 82 cents or something.
Yeah, it was such a beautiful. They put $20 to full tank. It was awesome.
Yeah.
One day.
It's crazy to think though, because in like the 50s, everything was just stellar. Right off of World War II.
Yeah.
Business was booming, so people were just driving for the fun of it.
Yeah, well, not only that, I remember when I was younger, when I when I was living in my apartment with my mom.
This would have been what, 1976?
I'm not that old, fucking Christ.
Oh, sorry, with your naps, I couldn't tell.
Jesus. No, I want to say like 2004. Like the gas was like what, 98.
How would you even know that at that point?
I knew, cause you wanna know why I knew? You wanna know why I knew? I'll tell you why.
Dad or something?
My dad would always make me pump his gas on this car. I remember one time.
Like you're a little slave.
I was like 6 years old. My dad would like go put the gas. He would challenge me though. He was like, if you get it exactly on the dot, you get $2. I got so mad when I got like off like 1 cent. I was like, fuck. But what was it? One time, actually, like the woman stopped the pump. It's like, you can't pump. An adult needs to pump it. But a lot of times they just let me do it. So I always used to check the gas prices. So I remember like my mom would be like, "Oh, $1.20? That's way too much. I'll wait till it drops." Fuck, I see $1.20. I'm like, hallelujah, you're my savior. You know?
There is a God.
There is a God. So it's crazy how like
times have changed.
Times have changed for sure. What I also heard, I found this interesting. This is actually the most, I think, informative the show will ever get. Well, maybe we'll top it. Well, I was listening to the news because every Sunday I have soccer, and I love music.
You go to church?
No, but I don't want to listen to music at 8:30 in the morning. I just can't. This is not my time. No, I can't. So I have like a talk show on, and they have like a trivia show, which is kind of fun. You might like it.
I love trivia
because they do like movies. You can like call it. I mean, the prices aren't great. It's like $75 like for like coffee, but I mean, $75 for coffee is not that bad. But I'll play along. Sometimes I get them wrong, sometimes I get them right. Sometimes they'll do like music. I'm like, okay, that one I got. Like they're pretty good. But they have like the news every like hour.
Yeah.
And they were talking about this guy. I thought it was really interesting. He's like, he really wants Canada to be the face of green energy. Like he really wants Canada to be like, when you think green, you think renewable energy, you're gonna think Canada. That's like what he wants.
If only our flag was green.
That'd be interesting. And he really wants Ontario, Quebec to be like the forerunners in this situation. I found it. He's like the minister of money, I think, of wealth in Canada.
Well, Hydro-Quebec. Is that
Hydro-Quebec is pretty renewable.
Is that technically green though? Because
it is. Yeah.
It destroys a lot of land.
It does, but I mean, in terms of renewable energy, it's much better. Like, you destroy the land, yes, but you're generating energy for like years. While if you destroy the land and get fossil fuels, once that fossil fuel is used up, that's it, you know? So, I mean, yeah, they destroy some land, but they are pretty good when it comes to, like, renewable energy. So, I think, like, if this happens, this is really great news for us. It's also going to help because then cars made here, like electric cars, will cost cheaper because they will not have to be imported from other countries.
That's true,
So,
yeah.
so just keep an eye out for that. That's probably the most...
So, the time is now. Invest in the
in green.
renewable stocks.
Do it, man.
Renewable energy stocks.
Yeah. Also, Montreal's getting a new area code, 263. That's coming in next week.
I'll tell you right now, that's getting cut out. Why the
263?
fuck does that matter?
I thought, I was like, okay.
Jamal?
Yes.
Real quick, I just want to talk about your favorite actor,
Oh,
Thomas Cruise.
oh God. I thought you were actually going to talk like my favorite actor. Never mind.
But this was interesting.
Okay.
He will be doing a spacewalk for his next movie, making
I heard
him
about this.
the first ever civilian to do so.
Yeah, I heard about this. Yeah.
What won't this man do to entertain us?
I mean, like I said, I don't like his acting, but I will give him credit for his commitment to the craft. I will give him that. He is very
Minecraft?
committed. Yeah, sure. I wonder if Scientology people play Minecraft. I have no fucking
That's
clue.
one thing he won't do. He won't reveal the inner workings of Scientology.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he is definitely committed to his work, and he's probably, just like Jackie Chan, one of like the best fucking actors. Like, he's raw. He's just raw. He doesn't need no fucking
When it comes to
stunt actor.
commitment, Jackie Chan and Tom Cruise are top tier.
Yeah, 100%. 1,000%. So, good on him. It's going to be great. I just wonder how the fuck they're going to pull that off, because it can't be just him. They're going to need some fucking camera people up there to help. So, who else has the balls to go out there with them is my question.
The article I read didn't mention anything about a camera or a crew, which is interesting that you say it.
I don't think
But
they're gonna
I
film
think
it.
they might do it the way they did Top Gun Maverick. Because in Maverick, all the most of the jet scenes are actually real, right? They have the camera in the cockpit, and what the actors would do in their scenes alone, they would have to hit record and stop and all that.
Wow.
They would give them their own cues. They would set up their own their own shots, essentially.
Okay.
I think it would be something along those lines, because
Probably.
the cost of setting up all the equipment and all those people,
In space.
exactly, it's a ridiculous amount of money. It's
Yeah.
like, I remember reading a figure somewhere, I don't have it off the top of my head, but it's like like 1 pound costs, we'll give an example, 10 grand to send into space.
Wow.
So it's something crazy like that. Maybe not quite, maybe it's even
Okay.
more, who knows, but it's crazy. So to send more than one person to do a movie, that's like your budget right there.
Yeah.
And unless
That
this
one's
whole thing
right.
takes place in space, I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he does it, it's gonna. You know what though? If you think about it, if he does do it, that movie's going to sell. Not for the fact that if it's good or not, just for that scene.
Well, that's always the sales point
Yeah.
of like the Mission Impossible series. I don't know if it's for Mission Impossible. I would assume it is,
Yeah, probably.
but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because that's their selling point. Like every movie's like, he did this,
Yeah.
he did that.
Yeah.
Guess what he's doing
Now
now?
he's going to space, you know.
the one after that, he's going to Mars.
Exactly right. I was like, fuck. He had to like send him like now. Movies are getting made. He's traveling to fucking Mars. The Quebec Solidaire leader. This is my little political quarter. It's very short today, thank God. Refuses to acknowledge and bow to King Charles III, because they have to kind of like, they all have to like acknowledge the fact that, you know, King Charles is the king and we're still the Commonwealth. He don't want to do it. He's like, nah. So now Trudeau's like, hey, they want to make a law, they can, but they gotta pass it. I'm like, so unless the CAQ wants to pass this law, he's either gonna have to quit or fucking suck it up and bow to the king.
I really thought you were gonna say suck a dick.
Well, I mean, I hate him, but whatever. But yeah, so I just find it so funny. Like, really, like,
Yeah.
he's not even fucking come here. Like, you bow to him. Oh, big what? He's not gonna come to your fucking house and go.
Like bow literally?
Not bow to him, but like when you go, for example, right? Like when you are in front of a lawyer, in front of court, and you have to put your hand on the Bible and do that. It'd be the same thing. He would have to acknowledge the fact that King Charles.
And just like when you put your hand on the Bible and you swear to God you're gonna tell the truth, the
And you
whole truth,
don't.
and nothing but the truth, and you don't.
Yeah. So then
You
he
could
can just say it.
you could also bow.
Yeah, just not believe
and not mean it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just find it like he's making a statement for no fucking reason. Like I don't understand why he's doing that.
It's like,
but-
why are you taking this stance? Like, of all things.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. So yeah, he rose the bow, acknowledged the king. Churro said you want to make a law. I think Churro's so fucking done with us. He's like, whatever the fuck you want, man. I don't even care anymore. Like, they're just...
I hate all of you.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even blame him.
Keeping him a political corner.
Oh, you have some political stuff.
I do not.
Oh.
Blind woman pilots plane across the country. She
Wow.
had a co-pilot who provided her vital information, essentially acting as her eyes.
So then she didn't really fly the plane, then.
Exactly my fucking point.
The guy was there. Did he also have control of the plane? Like, was like he was like the co-pilot?
It's a
or
co-pilot, so he did have his own stick shift.
So then, why? Like,
Exactly.
I mean, okay, cool on you. I mean, she can't even do it. Nah. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find like the way to be nice to her, but no, you can't. No, like that of all things, you need your eyes.
I don't
for.
like. What the fuck is she trying to prove?
I have no clue.
She's living a life of luxury. She doesn't have to see the trash or the homeless people on the street.
Or black people.
She doesn't have to see black people. She doesn't have to see white people.
That's it, man.
Exactly. Living the life, living the dream.
Yeah. That what a weird. Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't have to watch everyone frown as they dwell in their sheeple lives.
Okay, there, Mr. Woke.
Fuck her. Keep her eyes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This hate is coming from an ongoing feud between the blind and the deaf, of which I'm the latter. So I have to
Oh yeah, you are.
stand firm on my side.
Yeah.
But no, she did it for charity, to raise awareness for the blind.
Okay, how much money does she make?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
She flew a plane though. I just said I heard she's like holding the column. So what do I do now? Make a slight left. What do I do now? Keep true. What do I do now? We're on the ground. Oh yeah?
Basically.
That was easy. Pilots shouldn't be paid at all.
Yeah, exactly, right? Fuck. So they recently discovered the heaviest fish on the planet, weighing 2.7 tons.
They found my balls?
It's a fish though. It's not like a shark. It's a fucking. I saw this. It's just fucking ugly. It's mostly just made up of like mass. It's like really massive.
Yeah,
like,
when you
around
said the
bones.
heaviest fish, it made me think of the blobfish.
It kind of like that. It's not too
Which
much,
then led
but-
me to think of my testicles.
Okay, well, it's the same way as a rhino, and it was only discovered last year.
How big is it? Do you have the measurements?
No, I just have 2.7 tons. That's how much it weighs.
2.7. That's pretty. That's
Fucking
like a
big.
4-meter long shark or something.
It's fucking big.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of it.
Is it cool looking? Describe it.
It looked very cool. It had like a really
Like if I was blind, describe it like
this guy
in great detail.
See, okay, so make a left. No, but I mean it was very bluish, the color, for some reason. I don't know why. It was very like dark bluish. Maybe. And it had 2 wings, one on the top. The eyes were very like long and slim. Had a big nose.
Asian, okay.
Asian. And I was trying to figure out this for thinking something that fucking big. You tell me we only found it now, like last year in December. Like
What else is down there?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
My balls.
What was it? Justin was telling me some crazy story. We were drinking the other night, as we do every 2 weeks or so. We're not alcoholics.
You are.
We just like to have a good time.
You are.
It helps us get gay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
so he was saying like they recently discovered what they thought was the ocean, like the lowest point in the ocean, is not the lowest point in the ocean. It's actually a massive mass of fish, so close together it seems like it's a solid surface. So they assumed it was the bottom.
Wow.
So there may very well be a whole other ecosystem even further down than we ever thought possible.
Probably, honestly.
Yeah.
Like we don't know a lot about our water, which is insane. Like we know more about outer space than we do.
Yep, I've heard
the
that
waters,
quote too,
yeah.
which is pretty insane to think.
It's wild.
Yeah,
know?
like if space is massive,
But we know more about it
Yeah.
than the fucking water here.
insane.
Yeah, no.
How
for
much
sure.
would I have to pay you to go down there?
It's not happening. I'm black, dude. We don't do anything risky.
No?
What the fuck? Do you?
I don't, you did get on a ship pretty willingly.
What? I won't make that mistake again. But
There was the one risk. After that, no
that was
more.
it. But you don't see any black. Like every time my mom comes, like tells like Jamal listen to like crazy story, and I'll hear her go, white people, right? Like yeah, like it's all fucking. It's like no black people do any. You don't see any black divers. You don't see any fucking black any extreme sports.
Come to think of it, I haven't heard of any black people wanting to go to Mars.
That too. That we don't do any extreme shit, dude. We don't do any extreme shit. We are so
You
fucking
guys are like hobbits.
no, we just don't.
You just want to relax.
No,
take
because
it easy.
you motherfuckers act like you have like extra lives or some shit, which you don't. Like that's the shit that throws me off. Like
Strength in numbers. We
No.
throw more lives at it, the more success we might have.
this is why, you know, like I said, why people you can do. I mean, go ahead, try it, but like I don't see like for example, how many black people do you know go skydiving? How many people go? My dream is to jump out of a functioning plane. No one, no black fucking man on this planet will go look at a plane and go, I want to jump out of that. That sounds like a good idea. Nah, but you white people love that shit. That shit turns you on. Bungee jumping. No black people do bungee jumping. I've never seen a black person on a bungee jumper ever. Can we, like, why? Why would we jump off a bridge if the bridge is holding?
Jamal then proceeded to monologue for 10 minutes straight.
I know, but that's just what it is. I just find it hilarious that white people love doing that shit. It drives me insane.
I don't know what it is, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And I can't think of any black people doing
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there you go, man.
Wow.
I do have a really funny story though. I heard this. I've recently found this new news site called Canoe, and I've been finding some fucking hilarious shit on it right now.
What is it?
It's like it's just news, but like it's not like political, like sad news. It's like funny news, so that's why I kind of like it.
Ooh, okay.
So, boyfriend accidentally kills his girlfriend while hunting for wild boar in Britain yesterday.
So she would resemble the boar.
I don't know how to.
She was just on all fours, happened to be super hairy.
I don't know how the fuck he shot her, but somehow he did. She's dead. She died. She died. He shot her right in the heart too. Was it like some
Kill shot? That's 100. Wait, but I feel like on a boar the heart would be in a different place.
I don't know how to. This is what I'm trying to figure out. They didn't have a lot of information on the story. The story was like a legit 1 minute read. It was not that long. I actually did the whole time.
Wait a second.
I still had time left.
You've heard of man bear pig. What if it's woman bear pig?
I don't know, but I just found it. I read that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And they're like, the guy's like 57. His wife's like 58. Like, they're an old couple. Like, they're not like young.
Nah, you just want an excuse. That's just...
Maybe. I don't know. I found that really fun. There's that.
I can just imagine in court though, it was like, Exhibit A, she looks like a warthog.
Maybe. I have no clue. There is that. In California, there's a baker who made a Han Solo, the one where he's embedded into the...
What's it called, Jamal? You're a nerd?
No, I'm not. I don't
You don't know?
No, what's it
I'll
called?
give you a hint.
Clitoris.
Close. Carbonite.
Carbonite. So what he's
Because
in
the clitoris
carbonite.
is made out of carbon.
Oh, there you go. So carbonite, and they celebrated by making him out of bread. They did out of bread. I saw it. It looks really well done. I gotta say,
Whoa.
for bread.
You could really say Harrison Ford is in bread.
Yeah, he's in bread, man. It was great. This is another great story. Of course, this happened in Florida. Little Florida has this shit. 29-year-old gets arrested and then bites the police dog as he's getting arrested.
Bites the dog.
Yeah, so imagine. Police dog's job is to bite you. He bit it. Which is just so funny. I'm like, why? Like, what would you... Okay. So,
Some zombie shit.
you know, bites the dog.
You know what else happened in Florida?
What happened in Florida?
Many people died because of Hurricane Ian.
Yeah.
Very sad. Anyway.
Yeah. Also, a grandfather forgets his grandson in a rental car.
And returns the car?
Returned the car. When he got back to the house, obviously he was like, where's my kid? He was like,
Oh, did I get rid of him already?
Called the company, brought him back, and he's being charged with neglect. Honestly.
Do you have a child there? We have many children. How many would you like? Wait, what? No, I'm just looking for one. Oh, one. That's about like $200 a night.
No, my child. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I was like, yo, what? I found that really funny. I also heard recently. These are like a lot of like little bite-sized stories. Someone got tagged on the Calgary Highway, the one that goes across Canada, the 40.
Transcontinental.
Trans-Can Highway.
It's weird though. I wonder, like, was the highway male and then became female, or vice versa?
Well, it's Asian made, so we don't know.
They all look alike.
Yeah, but he was caught doing 240 kilometers per hour. That's like double and a half the speed limit.
That's
which is
insane.
fucking crazy.
Oh.
They like simulated it, like driving like 120, and they sped out the footage. That's so fucking
That was on
fast.
crack.
Yeah, it was a Porsche.
I hope
Porsche.
wherever you got to, like, he was going, he got there on
No,
time.
he didn't, because the cop stopped him.
You know how fast you're going? Yeah!
But he was in a Porsche. What I find so funny is that he got 2 years in prison, $5,000 fine. But get this, because he was in Calgary and the car registered in British Columbia, they can't take the car away from him. Because the rules in Calgary are different from British Columbia.
Oh, okay.
So he gets to keep the car. I'm like, sell it. You have a $5,000 fine to pay and 2 years jail. You could probably post bail with the car if you sell it. But 240. The cop the interview, he was like, I never in my life have seen my speedometer that high. He was like, trying to cast this guy. He's like in a Ford versus a Porsche. He was like, I was doing at least 180 for sure.
Just to catch up to him?
Just to catch up to him. I was like, that's fucking insane. That's wild.
You know, there's actually like a protocol for police. If the suspect is going too fast,
Yeah, it's actually
you're supposed to let them
Yeah,
go because
yeah.
you're endangering more lives.
Exactly. Yeah,
potentially.
yeah. I've seen that. I've watched. I had like a moment, like a phase where I was watching like a lot of like
The police chase.
Yeah, police chase videos.
My dad's going through that right now.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he just discovered the internet.
Awesome. But yeah, some of them are really interesting. Some of them are really like crazy cool, and some of them like actually they let him go. Like,
Yeah.
we're
One of them
not
be like,
gonna
"That's
catch
my
him."
house."
Exactly. Like, I look at it, like it drives by me. I'm like, yo, what? And my last small story that I have today, and this one I saw live. This is why I left it for last. I found it so funny. It's funny because they didn't show all of it, but basically there was a hockey game that I was watching. It was the New York Islanders versus the Florida Panthers. The Islanders were at home, and there was a kiss cam going around. And this guy, camera landed on him. That's when he thought it was his moment. Maybe he asked the people upstairs if they could land it on him at a point in time. He took off his shirt. Why at this part, I don't know why he took off his shirt. Got on one knee and asked his girlfriend next to him to marry him. He then proceeded to get up, whisper something in his ear, and then leave. He then spent the rest of the night chugging beers. And to top it off, as she said no, and the game started, the next play, the Florida Panthers scored on the New York Islanders at home. And they lost 3-1 in overtime. I'm like, this guy's day is ruined, and he'll never recover.
Yeah.
That shit blew my mind.
Well, what do you think she whispered to him?
That's what I really would love to know. From what I've heard from eyewitnesses, they said either she's like, this is not going to work out, or I didn't want you to do it here, or she's like, I'm sorry, like it's a no, like something like that.
I think I sympathize with her because I'm sure what she said to him was, "I fucking hate sports. Goodbye."
The only other one I ever saw, people at home who are listening to this, you probably have seen it. It's basically everywhere. I've seen it multiple times, but maybe you never saw it. There's a kiss cam in Detroit, whatever, and there's a guy and a
They
girl.
have cameras in Detroit?
Yeah.
Good for them. They're coming back.
Yeah. And what the thing was weird was that there's a girl here and the guy's here, right?
Where? This is a podcast.
Sorry, let's sit next to each other, right? But there is a seat next to the woman that's like vacant, and like she's like right next to the aisle. So the camera goes on them. They look at each other and they're like, nah. So the camera goes around, comes back to them, like, yeah, do it.
Like hyping it up.
So she's like, okay, fine, kisses him. They come back to them a third time. As they're coming back to him, this guy sits down next to the girl. So now she's between two guys, right? The kissing comes to an end. The guy looks at her, and kisses her. So now the whole crowd just goes, oh, like they're like. So come to find out,
like
the
a
guy
boyfriend?
that she kissed before was a random guy, and then she kissed her boyfriend right after. I'm like, that is wild. That really is insane. So
how would you react to that?
I don't know. I really do not know. And the thing was that he must have went to the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
Because that's when they roll like
You know
these
what?
little gimmicks.
I'd feel damaged inside, like my soul.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have that card to play for the rest of the relationship.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Anytime she says no to anything. You
Like-
remember that time?
Yeah.
I got to go to the bathroom, and while I was gone, you decided to cheat on me?
Yeah, remember that? That's crazy. That's
And
like
it
my
got
dick.
caught on camera,
Yeah.
and all my friends joke. Okay, no, we have to break up. No,
Yeah,
I just
it-
thought of that.
yeah.
All your friends are gonna see it. They're gonna roast you so hard you break up. You have to break up.
It's crazy. I thought I was like, yo, like, and like, I don't know what persuaded her to do it. I don't know what it was, but yeah,
It's peer pressure. I'm sure it's peer
it's gotta
pressure.
be. But I mean, like, that's wild. So yeah.
But
so.
you just don't succumb to it.
Yeah. So
Like, yeah.
those are my little mini stories today.
Those were good. I wish you saved them for the end.
I only have. Yeah. So go ahead. What do you have?
That's what I
for-
thought. You should have saved it for the end.
Well, I mean, I did my little side stories last week.
It's fine. It's fine. Angelina Jolie, or as I
love
like to
her.
call her,
Sexy as hell.
or as I like to call her, DSL's Level 100, has accused now ex-husband Brad Pitt of abusing their children during a plane ride.
I feel like Brad Pitt is not the best father. Is that just me?
Brad Pitt is so cool. He can treat those children however he wants.
He's a cool guy, but I feel like he is not the best father. I don't know.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. He just.
What kind of father do you think he is?
I feel like he's a very strict father. Like very like bedtime, like 9:30, like go to bed type of like strict. I get that vibe from him.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like she accuses him of abuse, right?
Yeah.
But I have a feeling it was just him being a dad Because you know, like when a kid does something bad, the mom typically just yells, or if they're black, then they hit. But typical white family, the mother just yells, and the dad has to be like warning, and then they do it again, then they get hit. Yeah. With the ring hand.
Yeah, but like, okay, what do you mean abuse? What was it? A belt? Was it a hand? What exactly?
There were no details. And there's also no evidence.
Well, then.
It's just he said, she said.
Okay. Well,
I don't think he did it.
If you learn anything from Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, yeah. Probably wrong, but
if you could not yawn on the podcast, that'd be great.
Sorry, man. I'm just relaxed.
You need a fucking nap. That's what you need.
Yeah, I'm just relaxed, but she's probably wrong. Though.
I got the title of this episode. Nap time.
I like it. Yeah,
it's nap time.
Nap time.
Speaking of abusing children and airplanes, a petition has been circulating asking for childless flights to come into fruition after a child cried during an entire 7-hour-long flight.
I think they can make some money off of that. I particularly don't mind. I was raised to sleep through anything, so I think eventually I would fall asleep.
But you're an only child. That means the house is pretty quiet.
No, actually, on the fucking contrary, my dude. My house is loud as fuck.
Your dog is pretty loud. Yeah.
No, my mom's fucking louder.
Your mom talks very loud. Yeah, she's Italian.
And she also has the TV at like 100. Like
is she deaf?
She's deaf in one ear. Yeah, basically.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, me and your mom should like meet or something.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, you couldn't hear each other, but yeah, sure.
What?
But yeah, no. She has the TV fucking loud. So like, well, no. When I was a kid, my mom purposely made sure that the house was not always quiet, so I was conditioned to just sleep in loud situations. Which
so
is
like,
smart.
Like as a superpower, she conditioned you to have a superpower.
Basically, I guess you want to call it like that. I can sleep basically to anything, dude. Like I remember one time we were doing a gig somewhere. And there was a DJ playing. We were above like the way like where the dressing room was above the DJ. I took a nap. He was playing music the whole night. I took a nap. I was like, I'm tired.
So the napping is not new. Okay.
Yeah, no, I've always taken naps.
We've established this.
I don't know who. Is that not normal to take naps or something?
I only take naps when I'm sick. Are you sick?
I'm not sick. No.
Sick in the head.
I don't have that 1,000%. No, I don't want to take that. If I'm really like I said, if I wake up early for like consecutive days, I need a nap like the next day for sure, or like I'll sleep in. No, I'm a heavy ass sleeper.
Like I myself, I've never been on a plane, so I can't attest to like how easily I can sleep on it. No,
really.
But I know exactly how it would go. I know I'd be really annoyed because my ears would pop, right? And I have annoying ears. They're always broken. Yeah. And I would just be looking out the window, looking down, like you missed that one, you missed that one. Are we gonna hit anything at any point here?
Oh man, fuck! I never knew that you never went on a plane. That's interesting.
No.
I gotta say,
is it everything?
It's fun. It really is enjoyable.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah, I gotta say, like my trip to Malaysia, as much as it was scary traveling alone at like 21 years old.
You were alone?
I was by myself. No, I was like to go there. I was alone. To come back, I was with my dad. But to go there, I was alone. Yeah.
So your dad was already there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I went there by myself. Like, I had a mental breakdown in Vancouver. It was great. Cried in the bathroom for like an hour.
Why?
I had like I don't know. Like reality came in. I was like, you really are 9,000 kilometers away from home, and you can't go back. I was like, I just broke down. I was like, yo.
Yeah, if you're not used to traveling and all that.
Not at all. No, and like my mom she didn't know she wasn't making any better. She was like, we miss you at home. I'm like, I miss you too.
I miss everything at home.
You know. Once I got to like Hong Kong, I was chilled out, which is weird.
Yeah, you got used to all the Asian people and all that.
No, I think like the flight is kind of calmed me down. I was in the air for so long. I was alone with my thoughts at a point. I was like, okay, listen, like you're gonna be okay. Like just stop stressing. You're gonna be fine.
Together, you're a singer.
And then like 49 minutes that I had to go through immigration and rush to get to my plane, and that if I would have missed it, I would have been stranded in Hong Kong for 24 hours. Thank God I didn't miss it. I got to Malaysia. So I gotta say, as much as it was scary as fuck, it was also super fun and super enjoyable. And I recommend everyone travel one time in your life. So definitely save some money doing travel sometime. I'm planning to go to Florida to go see Jason in February. Oh, yeah. And I have some other friends who live down there too. That I played some video games that I've never met in person.
Did you say you're gonna play some video games?
No, that I've met through video games.
Okay, I was like, we're gonna go to Florida to play video games. I was like, what?
No, but like there's some friends of mine that I met through a mutual friend, and they all live in like America, but we play games all the time. Okay. I've never seen them in face to face.
But when you go, can you promise me something?
What's up?
Can you bring me back an alligator? Just a little one. Just a little one.
Put it in my pocket, you know.
Put it in a Ziploc.
He's dead.
No, air holes. Calm down.
Okay.
Feed him a goldfish every now and again.
Should a goldfish in there, you know.
But yeah, childless airplanes. That'd be nice.
I didn't think I'd make some money off of it. I would probably not do it, but I feel people.
The only sad part is you can't invite the kid in the cockpit and be like, "You ever been in the cockpit before, Jimmy?"
Yeah.
And he says, "I've never been in an airplane before." It's like, "You ever seen a grown man naked?"
What? Why was, wait, is this a reference to something?
Airplane.
Oh, okay. That's like I'm going. What? But I would
love that joke.
I just wonder how much money extra they're gonna charge for that.
I think mostly rich people ended up doing it because I'm sure
Yeah.
it would cost a little more
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
just to compensate.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, well, no, if anything, it would just be a smaller plane. It's complicated. I don't know how that would work.
Well, I mean, you could still fly a plane and there's not that many people in it. It doesn't make a difference. They're still
You
gonna
lose
fly.
money. That's why the seats
yes,
need to be
race.
filled.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, you're flying a giant plane for nothing. You might as well just use
True.
a smaller one.
All the gas and stuff.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
My last two stories.
Okay.
I'm gonna apologize in advance.
Why?
We're talking about two of the worst television shows in history.
Okay.
She-Hulk has wrapped its first and hopefully only season. Critics and fans alike that are not Disney shills have panned the show and finale. And when the head writer, Jessica Gao, was confronted with the criticism, she stated it was always her objective to upset the trolls, which essentially means that as an employee of a company, she put out a product for their consumers to hate.
I mean, okay.
You know what happens in the finale, Jamal?
What happens if I...
She tries to kill 3 guys who released a sex tape of her. Like, she tries to brutally murder them as the Hulk. She
Okay.
gets arrested. They release her as long as she promises to not become the Hulk anymore, which is retarded because you're just essentially letting a potential murderer free, first of all. And then she proceeds to lose her job, and because she's such an immature adult, she has no money to fall back on, so she immediately moves back in with her parents after not even a week. And then she decides, you know what, this is a terrible finale, I'm gonna change reality. So what does she do, Jamal? She busts out of, what do you call that, the Disney Plus app into the Marvel Studios, breaking the fourth wall effectively, confronts the writers and asks the writers, what the fuck is this ending? It's awful. And she forces them to make her life all better. Where none of that happened. So erased everything that happened in the show. So basically, you watched it for nothing. Oh, I forgot something, Jamal. They ruined Daredevil.
How?
They gave him a shit costume. They made him do the walk of shame after he had sex with She-Hulk. There's literally a clip of him walking across the screen, holding his boots like it's the next morning and he's doing the walk of shame.
Man.
I mean, he should be ashamed because she's awful.
Huh, well.
Jamal is speechless.
Yeah, I really...
He has no speech.
I really don't know.
Would you watch this, Jamal? Would you watch this show?
I still have yet to even watch Jeffrey Dahmer. Every time I want to watch, it's like I'm eating and I don't want to watch
Yeah,
it,
but Dahmer's actually good.
Yeah, no, but I mean... I gotta give her credit for kind of having not the balls to say it, but that's a really funny reply to the critics. That's pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie, but
That is the most arrogant and ignorant thing I've ever heard anyone say.
Me or her?
Both.
I mean, you gotta do it like this, right? Okay.
No, Jamal. She went into it with that mindset of everyone's gonna hate this, so let me just make crap that throws them under the bus. Because the villain of the show was essentially the fans.
Okay.
Because the villain is just a group of people online who hate her.
Okay.
And they released the sex tape and all that.
I mean, okay, so then just for her, just the director's point of view, right, of her saying that, I had to take back a step and look at any hockey interview ever made, ever. Every hockey interview goes the fucking same thing. They win the game, right? Interview them. How are you feeling right now? What the fuck do you think they're gonna say? I feel like fucking shit. I'm so fucking mad that we won the game. It's the same shit over and over again. I don't know why they interview players. I don't get it. Or coaches. You lost the game. What should you do differently? Play better.
So what are you saying?
What I'm saying is that I'll give her the small credit, the very small credit of kind of taking the critics questioning and kind of spinning it and giving a very different answer that you wouldn't normally hear. The fact that her mind was yeah, I'm gonna make shit, and I'm giving a big fuck you to the fans.
Yeah, but she preemptively did that before the show.
No, that's what I'm saying. So she knows I'm gonna make shit. I'm gonna big fuck you to the fans.
Is that awful though?
It's still bad.
Imagine you as, like, if you were Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel.
Yeah.
You hired this person to make a good show.
Yeah.
And then they just go, I'm going to make a terrible show that says fuck you to our fans.
I mean, yeah.
Isn't that really dumb and awful?
I'm gonna be mad, but any press is good press, right?
No one's watching. It's one of the lowest performing shows on Disney Plus.
Is it really?
It's the lowest of all the Marvel shows, and it's one of the lowest on the app.
Well, maybe it was this. I'm curious to see was this coming out? Will it increase? Because that's what it is, you know.
Like a hate watch.
Like when it shows like Sharknado, it's like when it shows that bad or a movie that bad, you want to watch it to see why it's so bad.
No, but Sharknado at least has a charm in it. Like it's like ridiculous. Whereas what I've heard and gathered from She-Hulk is that it's constantly beating down on you, the fan, the viewer. Mm-hmm. And like if you don't believe these things, like you're an awful person. You can't even laugh at it. You just feel like, what the fuck is this?
If that's the case, I'm only gonna give her that small bit of credit for, I guess, kind of going against the wind. Do I think it's a good move? Not really, not at all. I don't really understand the point of it. And like I said, I'll say it again. I understand, you know, we have to have a change in women's rights, but this is not the way to change, guys. This is not the way to fucking do it. It's not the way. I have
a theory as to why there's all these politics. I thought of this today during class when I was supposed to be listening to my teacher.
Awesome. Okay. Good start.
I have this theory. Okay, so you know in high school, when a trend comes up, the example came to mind, snapbacks. Everyone was wearing snapbacks, right? Yeah. So much so to the point that if you wore a baseball cap, it wasn't cool because it's not a snapback.
Yeah, that's true.
I think all these politics are it's the snapback in Hollywood. If you're not thinking this, you're not cool. You're not in. You're not a part of the cool crowd. If you don't have these politics, you're fucked. And if you have these politics, you're in. It doesn't matter what anyone outside of the school thinks. Yeah. Because they're not a part of the school.
Maybe. God, I mean, whatever.
I can't wait for the school shooter to come in. Just end all of this.
Who's that gonna be?
I don't know.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Wow.
Okay, Rings of Power also ended. But season 2 is already in pre-production. So we're going to get that no matter what. Okay. Showrunners have all but admitted that the show sucks a massive horse cum shot. However,
They didn't actually say that, right?
No.
Okay.
No, I said that.
Thank God. That's really fucking funny.
However, to encourage viewers to come back for the next season, they said that the big baddie, Sauron, will be treated like Walter White or Tony Soprano. So basically, they'll do anything to beg people to come back.
We'll be like Walter White.
We're gonna be like good shows. We're gonna be like something good.
That's a big fucking promise, but okay.
It's ridiculous.
That's a very big promise.
So the show is a massive failure.
Yeah.
So much so that they had to essentially trick viewers into watching the show twice to bump up the ratings. So what would happen is while you're watching the show, an ad would pop up that's 2 minutes long and you can't skip it. So what do? You close it and restart it. Which effectively makes it count as you watching it twice.
I mean, that's kind of smart, though.
Why are you always on their side, Jamal?
No, but that's Loki kind of... That's Loki kind of admit.
It's disgusting.
Man. It's a Loki hustle, though.
It's awful.
Loki hustle.
What's with black people in hustle?
It's Loki. Did you also hear about that, too, on Netflix, though?
They do it on Netflix?
No, on Netflix now, there's going to be a new subscription of $5.99. That's cheaper, but if you pay that, you have commercials that you can't skip.
Then why are you paying $5.99?
So then, but if you pay $9.99, then they're gone. Well, if you pay an extra $1, you get it in HD quality.
Jesus Christ!
So just keep that in mind.
These shameless corporations, awful. Real quick, I'm gonna play some "Did You Know"
about
this show.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you know that each episode had a budget of $60 million?
Wow.
You could make like 3 small movies with that.
That's crazy.
But this is each episode.
Wow.
It's retarded. They released the first episode on the anniversary of the death of the writer J.R.R. Tolkien. Not his birthday.
That's funny.
His fucking death.
That's funny. Rings of Power is by him, right?
No.
Oh.
It's supposed to take place within his universe that he created.
Okay.
But they do such a poor job. You would be like, why not just make your own fucking thing?
Yeah. Oh, Rings of Power. I was like, Lord of the Rings. I didn't even know what the fuck you were talking about for the last like 10 minutes.
Oh, sorry. Really?
Yeah. Rings of Power, I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's like a superhero movie or something.
I'll put it this way though. It's so detached from Lord of the Rings. Like, it contains characters that are from it, but 90% of them are just created for the show.
Okay.
And the characters that are from the books and the lore,
Yeah.
they're not like the characters in the books or the lore.
Oh,
So at that
okay.
point,
It's like, why?
you're
okay.
just getting the name.
Okay.
You paid for a name,
Yeah.
and you're just doing whatever you want. So just make your own fucking thing.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's about it.
Wow.
It's all going downhill. You know, that blind woman should be happy. She doesn't have to watch the downfall of the MCU or
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings or anything.
But she has to hear it.
I think, I don't know. If you were blind, what would you do with your time?
Kill myself.
And on that note,
This is Flabbergasted Buddy Audacity. I'm Jamal.
and I'm Patrick.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Next nap time.
Next time. We'll take a nap now.
Bye.
Good night. Good night.
The decision rests with you. Rests with you. Rests with you.